going on, and it was a turbulent 2025 for the Indian telecom industry. Vodafone Idea stayed under financial strain. Starlink gathered momentum for an Indian launch, and Sanchar Sathi sparked a privacy debate. Now, even so, 5G expanded, nationwide networks improved, and India kept its sights firmly on the 6G future. Charu takes us through the ups and the downs of the sector this year. Charu.
The year's ending, but for India's telecom sector, 2025 has been anything but quiet. Let's start with Vodafone Idea, which continues to be at the center of India's telecom concerns. Feb was especially tough for telcos. The Supreme Court dismissed the review petitions filed by Vodafone Idea, Bharti Airtel, and other operators in the long-running adjusted gross revenue case. These petitions challenged the court's 2021 judgment refusing any modification of government's AGR due demands. Once dismissed, the door closed on legal relief, leaving companies dependent entirely on government support. And the worst hit was Vodafone Idea. The government, understanding that over 20 crore Indians still use Vodafone's network, stepped in earlier this year and converted around rupees 53,083 crore of companies' dues into equity. This gave government a 49% stake on Vodafone Idea's management. However, this is something that they did without being interested in taking over the decisions or the control of the management. But that didn't end the story. Vodafone returned to the Supreme Court, argued that AGR demands raised for FY18 and FY19 overlap with the periods that have already been settled under the earlier judgment. After several rounds of hearing, the Supreme Court allowed the government to craft a plan to provide relief to the company until FY17. Conversations between the two sides are still ongoing as we close this year. At the same time, Starlink has been steadily gaining momentum in India. On December 10th, Elon Musk posted on social media that he's looking forward to serving India, quoting another post by Communication Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia. Scindia had shared details of his meeting with Lauren Dreyer, Starlink's VP for Business Operations. The discussion focused on expanding the satellite-based last-mile internet access across India. This push comes after Starlink secured its satellite communication license from DoT in June, becoming the third player after OneWeb and Reliance Jio to receive such an approval. Another major element this year was the journey of Sanchar Sathi app. The government had directed mobile manufacturers to pre-install the app on all new devices starting next year. However, the plan ran into resistance with opposition leaders and citizens raising concerns over privacy. Ironically, at the peak of the controversy, downloads of Sanchar Sathi app shot up from 60,000 a day to about 6 lakh a day. Still, in the middle of all this backlash, government revised its mandate. Despite all the turbulence, optimism remains strong. India continued to push for its 5G footprint deeper across the country. And on December 9th, the 6G Bharat Alliance announced that India is on track for a potential 6G rollout by 2030.
All right, so that's all about the telecom sector in 2025. But